This is a HeadGum podcast.
This week on the program, I assure you, Wolfman's got Nards. I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Grisenstein.
Eric Skwadska.
And this is the Monster Squad, and we hate movies.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
Sometimes that is better.
Zombies have entered the building. They're at the door. They're coming in.
It is time to keep your appointment with the Wicker Man.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
You're sick fucks. You've seen one too many movies.
Nah, Sid! Don't you blame the movies! Movies don't create psychos! Movies make psychos more creative!
Put the fucking rules in the bag!
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the final episode of the 2019 Halloween Spooktacular.
Fine. This is the series finale.
Series
We
finale?
hate
Well,
movies.
no.
That's right.
Oh, what?
No?
No.
What?
Just of the month.
It's the month finale.
You got the hearts going. What's
Wait,
going on?
you didn't get a pink slip when you walked in the
I
door?
did
I
not.
got one.
Oh, I can't believe we have
fuck.
to handle this on the air.
Yeah.
Eric, you're fired.
It's true. I've been fired. Been shit canned.
Yeah, we are rounding out. Wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Definitely wrap it up before you put it into any, new
Of these creatures.
Yeah, monster or squad.
With a discussion here today about the Monster Squad from 1987, directed by Fred Dekker. And before you ask, Steve, that's Dekker, Dekker.
It sounds like a fake name.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, he's a Blade Runner. This movie was directed by a Blade Runner.
He's a Blade Runner who could have just as easily swam into directing pornography with this name.
That makes total sense because he did Robocop 3, which featured, I mean, that dude's like a replicant. The samurai
Oh,
guy?
totally. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, that guy's
Right?
definitely a robot.
Hot
Replicant
take.
thing.
Robocop 2, not that bad. It's bad.
It's bad.
But it's fun bad.
Yeah, that one's fun bad. Number 3 is just bad.
Well, no, I'm saying 3.
No, you said 2, though.
You said 2.
Oh, I said 2?
Yeah.
Oh, no, 2 is good fun. And 3 is fun bad.
3 is just bad.
2 is Oscar caliber. 3 is just all right.
Sorry, everyone.
I watched the first RoboCop, and then one night, I think we all did watch all the RoboCops, and I just remember the first one still. I'll be honest with you.
You got to go back, dude.
Gotta go
Well,
back.
You got Tom Noonan. Tom Noonan is in this movie. He's in number 2.
I will say Tom Noonan seems like a really nice guy, but if you ever listen to him talk, he's got this really measured voice and really quiet, soft-spoken. That makes him all the more terrifying.
You don't
I am crossing the street if I see Tom
You don't
Noonan
want to
movie.
see his bedroom.
No, you
No, you just never want to see whatever it is.
Dude, fuck the bedroom. I don't want to see his garage.
Hey, Steven, you want to come over for a nice barbecue, some summer salads? You want to come over? Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Get away,
Oh, God.
get away.
Tom Noonan is so creepy. They should call him Tom Midnightin'. Because he's someone I wouldn't want to see in an alley at midnight.
Did you pull something with all that stretching?
Yes, I did.
My wife bought some spaghetti squash, and I roasted it.
Yeah, you can come on over. We'll watch whatever your favorite movie is of my movie.
I mean, let's just say
movies?
he was perfect casting as Francis Dollarhide,
Yep.
dude. Absolutely.
And that fucking Monstar from Last Action Hero.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
of course.
The Ripper.
And the creepy dad from House of the Devil.
Great
Yes.
in that as well.
Absolutely. I guess he's great here. I don't know.
I think I don't know what movie he thinks he's in, because he's like doing like the full on he's acting with a capital A,
Sure,
and no one else is.
No. This movie also, let's get this out of the way. This is a movie that if you saw it as a child, you have fond memories of it. If you saw it as an adult, as I did, you don't give a shit, just like Goonies, which is also what this is. This is Goonies with universal horror monsters in it.
Here's the difference, though.
Better song in Goonies, Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I actively avoided this movie and actively. I just didn't like the whole Goonies experience. A bunch of fucking rotten kids in a room talking over each other.
Saying shit.
Yeah, exactly.
What is this, a podcast?
I just couldn't handle Goonies, and I was like, that looks like not Goonies, and I'm not into that either.
I will say, as a kid, I definitely liked Goonies. I think I related to the fat kid.
Sure.
Being a fat kid
what
myself.
was his name? Chunk?
Chunk, yes.
Well, I think that's what it was. It was like the fat jokes made me uneasy as a fat kid. I was like, it's going to start coming. Like, if I watch Goonies in a room with anybody, they're going to like, hey, fat kid. And I'm like, oh, shit.
No.
Like, I'm watching a movie to escape, and now I'm being bullied by the movie?
Sure.
The way out is through. You have to stare directly at fat kids all the time. Like, watch Heavyweights nonstop.
Oh, God.
Never watched Heavyweights for the same reason.
I liked Goonies enough growing up, but this movie I never watched until I was a young adult. I don't know.
Me too.
Means.
It
but
took
like,
a
it was
while
like
to get to
2006 I watched
Oh,
this or
really? Okay,
something.
that late.
I was pushing 30 the first time I saw this movie.
And I just was not having it at all the first time I watched it. And then I rewatched it last night, and I was like, this is better than I remembered.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a similar, like, better experience this time. It's like, I might as well have been watching white noise on the television.
Yeah.
Literal white noise, not the film white noise.
What's the so I guess the synopsis is it's a bunch of kids that run afoul of exactly the entirety of the Monster Mash.
Minus the
No Invisible
Man.
No Invisible Man.
As Chris pointed out earlier today, didn't have the budget for that, huh?
No,
didn't have a budget for a hat to fall
happen.
across the screen.
Didn't that song mention like Dracula and his son?
Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah.
Where's the son?
I've always wanted to know what
Dracula
Dracula's
Jr.,
son.
dude.
I guess because you get to see him in bat form too, that counts as two.
That does not count as two.
How does that count as two? It's the same person.
I mean, it's a
If you're Chris Cabin with a T-shirt on, and then you put a coat on, you're Chris Cabin with a coat on.
Oh,
You're
that's
Chris Cabin.
simplifying
I
the
would
matter.
say if Chris Cabin turned into a bat, I mean, I would give him some extra credit. I don't know if I'd count him as two different people.
Hey, better Chris.
Hey, I just got what the fuck?
So yeah, they're these little monster obsessives, I guess.
Yes.
And monsters of all kinds, too. We're talking about Godzilla in this movie at one point.
The Unabomber. Everyone is.
Ceausescu.
Yes. I mean, I guess it's not Unabomber. It's who would be a monster of the time? Pinochet would be involved.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Right. Ted Bundy.
The aforementioned Ceausescu.
Ceausescu, yes.
All great.
All great. All the monsters are there.
Ronald Reagan.
Rupert Murdoch.
And so these guys, as it turns out, these monsters come to their town in search of this gemstone. And this is where this movie, I think, loses me. The whole gemstone and the vague, like, we're just going to unleash evil on the world. I need a little bit more than that.
Well, that's the problem. Is like, I think that setup is fine. Like, hey, somebody in some office was like, get me your own Goonies. And like, you know what I mean? And like, Shane Black and this dude, Fred Dekker. Fred Dekker were like, okay, we can do that. Oh, we like classic monsters. Good old mix. And then they didn't do anything else. Literally
the
nothing
gemstone,
else.
that's
like
it.
all you need to say is we will open the gates of hell.
Sure.
Just say hell.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's all I need.
Hell on earth.
But also, like,
it's like a voting block will go to the other side is the way they describe it. They're like, the course of the world will go towards evil then.
I mean, like, Dracula's not that exactly. Well, also, it already did, but Dracula's not that great. I mean, like, what?
No.
First of all, the fucking spoiler alert, the merman gets just shot in the chest. So I'm not worried about that guy.
I mean, the creature of the Black Lagoon.
I apologize.
He's credited as Gillman in this, so excuse me.
Oh, yeah, we're not licensing something.
No.
Well, this was TriStar Pictures, which I believe falls under Sony
That sounds right.
these days, and that shit's all at Universal.
I think like Dracula, Wolfman, and Frankenstein, that's like public domain.
Probably.
But Black Lagoon might have been still wrapped up in Universal.
He doesn't get the credit that those other three get. He's kind of he's always on the bottom.
It's a sham.
He's like the least interesting character in this movie, too.
And then the mummy is just any old mummy. You can just,
Sure.
anything's a mummy. I'm a mummy, you know? It depends.
Let's wrap Steve up in toilet paper after this.
The mummy's ready for his mystical journey. Then we push Steve down a hill in a shopping cart.
To be fair, there are bugs always popping off of Steve.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's just residual.
Much like the mummy.
I like the scroll, though, where it's like, 100 years ago, this, that, and the other thing happened. Abraham Van Helsing had a chance to stop this, but he blew it. And I like the font. I'm a very
it's not a bad font. Yeah, I did like the they blew it joke. That's kind of funny. The problem is, though, then you have to see all of that.
Yeah,
and I'm like, excuse me, I read the scroll.
Which is Abraham Van Helsing yelling at a girl for 6 minutes, and that's the end of it.
You can't be cutting anything. This movie is fucking 81 minutes?
I could
82. Yeah,
I could have used 90. I'll be honest.
They are padding the runtime too because they didn't have enough shit to do. At one point, the mummy just shows up into a kid's fucking bedroom for literally nothing.
Yes,
it's 4 or 5 minutes. We're dealing with this for nothing, and then the mummy just runs out the window, which we don't even see the mummy going out the window.
2 minutes of this fucking movie is a kid learning to speak German for the first time.
Yeah.
2 whole minutes.
I related to that part, though.
Sure.
Yes, it's 100 years before our story begins.
Of course.
Everybody.
Yeah, let's start in the past. Yeah, and they just kind of storm the castle. There's some fun skeletons around.
Question about something going on in Dracula's castle here, though. Anybody catch sight of that armadillo?
I saw that on IMDb. That's an in-ref to one of the older Dracula movies. They just had an armadillo in it by accident.
Oh, really?
That's obviously a nod to it.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Only real heads know that the best blood is in armadillos.
How do you get through that shell? I'm sure armadillo tastes delicious.
Bottom first, I think.
Oh, I
see.
see.
Yeah. Or maybe you just pull it out.
Well, those fangs, right? You could pop into
you
anything.
could
He
do
probably
that.
can take a can of oil, automotive oil, and just
go right through
into
it. Yeah,
no
it's like
problem.
butter. Knife and butter.
So I guess it's kind of like the end of the Dracula story.
Yeah.
He gets down to the basement. Dracula, pops up. There's a little bit of a battle here. We do have the Brides of Dracula here at this
There
moment.
are Brides of Dracula. Dracula doesn't show up yet. He shows up on the plane.
Oh, you're
later.
right. We're trying to open this gateway. All these zombies are coming up from the floor. Fine.
It's sort of fun, I mean, then Abraham Van Helsing gets roasted his own petard there. He gets right. He's in the fucking portal, dude.
Right.
He didn't expect to wake up in limbo, but now he is forever.
I think the portal is very cool, and I do like it later on in the film, and it looks like Evil Dead 2.
Big time.
And I was like, what the fuck? What came first? Same year, Evil Dead 2 in March, and this in August.
You're talking about specifically the end of the movie, Ash getting sucked into the portal.
Right. The car goes into it just like this. The car goes into it at the end.
Yeah, totally.
I just like portals. 87 was a great year for portals.
Oh, you want Raimi's portal? Oh, that's going to cost you. That's a lot of money. He knows his value. He's a young man. He knows his value.
Well, actually, similarly, this movie started off with Fred Dekker calling Steven Spielberg. Is like, hey, can I borrow it? And Steven Spielberg goes, what? And he goes, everything.
Yeah.
The whole damn thing.
I need a fat kid. Don't worry, we'll just call him Fat Kid, though. We're not going to call him Chunk. That's a bit much.
marriage.
Yes,
I need it prime and center.
Absolutely. They're in counseling, though, at least, this couple.
But he is incensed about it, man.
He's going to go. He's going to go until he gets a call.
He's a boiling teapot.
He's
about to kettle over.
He's a hardened cop, dude. They are hard to live with.
Sure.
Let me tell you.
So they're in counseling, like Count Dracula?
It's not even close to the same word.
Where are you even going?
You're playing with four similar letters.
If you guys let me interrupt 2 minutes earlier, would have killed.
Sure. Would have destroyed.
Yeah. Count Dracula sing?
No, I'm trying to help you here. I'm on the back of the bike with
Counselor
you. I can't figure it
Dracula.
out.
Let him die on this.
Mumbling out a joke is the best.
So we're introduced to Sean and Patrick.
Sure.
They're in the principal's office. And it's like, you're in this principal's office because you're also obsessed with monsters.
I always kind of hated, this is the thing that happened to me in school a lot. Like, why can't I draw in class? Let's just sit down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, if I fail the test, that's on me. Maybe I'll go to summer school. Maybe I'll learn.
I drew in class all the time, and I failed the test all the time.
Exactly. But that's on you. That's the lesson you got to learn.
That's your business.
Did they try to stop you at any time?
No.
They mailed drawings that I did back to my mother. Like, I'm gonna mail it to her. I'm gonna wrap it up and mail it to your mother. I'm like, fuck you.
Wait, were you under the nuns?
Well, it was Catholic school, so they were tough. They don't fuck around. But come on, give me a break.
Yeah, no, that's not
I just
fair.
wanted. Here I am. I'm just trying to draw Wolverine. Yeah. Molecules.
What?
All they're doing anyway is just teaching you to do the test. So all they need to butt in on is when you're taking the test and whether or not you fail it.
What did you do like the third time you got caught drawn? They cut your eyebrow off and send it home?
Eyebrow.
Yeah. Those nuns are tough.
Seems like
He
a
uses-
random thing to. I don't know. Do you need an eyebrow to draw?
But to be expressive.
I guess eyebrows matter when you draw Wolverine because you want to make Wolverine's eyebrows.
Oh, you got to. That's where you
Look
start. You
perfect.
start on the eyebrows, and then you go out.
Build out from there. Everybody knows you start with the eyebrows. This one kid's wearing a Stephen King Rules t-shirt.
Yes,
Where
he
did
is.
he get this shirt? Now you could buy this shirt because obviously the movie is like a cult, whatever phenomenon. So you
Sure.
can buy this shirt.
This kid made it.
You think he made it?
I know. I think
Yes.
Stephen King was going town to town selling them out of his trunk.
Hey, just did a little reading here from It. Anyone want a Stephen King Rules t-shirt?
By the way, him in that It Chapter 2 as the fucking antique dealer.
Oh, he's got a cameo?
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
Fat
oof.
one. A big fat one.
Really?
A Shyamalan-esque level.
He's running an antique store in Derry? Is it Needful Things?
No, he's just like, hey,
Oh.
you want that bike? You're the big writer. You stink as a writer. Stop everything. Look at Stephen King.
Oh,
Yep.
ew.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
one
this is getting more and more like wait for HBO with every day.
It really makes you feel those 3 fucking hours.
Yeah.
3 hours on a fucking evil clown. I mostly like that movie, or I have goodwill towards it somehow, but
Jesus.
Yeah, it's fine.
it's
fine.
exactly
It's
it's exactly fine.
That's too bad.
It's bad.
Yes, that's Chris can say it's bad. That's fair. But so there,
I do want to mention it's okay to like a movie.
Sure.
Put your tweet down. If you like It Chapter 2, awesome.
No,
If
raise
you like
up
Monster
your tweets.
Squad,
It's bad.
If you like Monster Squad, even better.
Sure.
'Cause it's better than It Chapter 2.
I will say Monster Squad's probably better than It Chapter 2.
Wow.
It's like half the runtime, so
Yeah.
you're in and out. So they're getting yelled at by this principal.
The principal's doing like a really annoying, like, if it were up to me, boys, we'd talk about monsters all day because I think monsters are totally tubular too. It's like, you know what? Don't be my fucking friend. Either give me detention or get me out of here.
Monsters in the abstract are great. I just enjoy all sorts of monsters.
It's so weird, one, that kind of fandom specifically, but also like we're just saying monsters all the time.
Yeah.
But these kids, like, they're not like horror hounds. They're
No.
not talking about slasher movies, which have definitely existed up to this
Well,
point.
they do
Yeah.
because the one kid wants to go see Groundhog Day.
12.
Which
Groundhog
is like
Day
a takeoff
12.
on a
Yeah, which the movie Groundhog Day didn't exist yet with Bill Murray, but this is
Correct.
supposed to be like a Jason-esque slasher.
I guess so, but like that's one incident in a sea of us talking about monsters.
Do you think the killer has a groundhog mask?
I wish they
'Cause I feel like
elaborated
that would
more
be-
as to what that movie was.
I feel like that'd be pretty rare.
Groundhog Day. You won't see a shadow.
there it is.
That's good.
12.
Groundhog Day. Spring isn't coming.
6 more weeks of winter.
6 more weeks of killing. I will say, actually, just an idea for a pitch: a sequel to Groundhog Day.
Yes, already in.
It's somehow. I mean, I guess like you would have to use a lot of CGI for this, but it's like somehow Bill Murray ages within the Groundhog Day. Like you put Bill Murray now in the original Groundhog Day somehow. And he's like, old and crazy because he's been doing it for 30 years.
Oh shit, that would be awesome.
Like somehow like he just thought that it didn't, the day was going to change, but that it didn't. And it's like, oh, fuck.
he's
So
just been
he's-
stuck in it.
He's aging like it was like the day wasn't resetting.
Yes.
But the day's resetting, so everyone else is the same age
Yeah,
as they
somehow
ever
he's-
was.
So you'd have to like de-age Tobo and
Yeah.
Chris Elliott.
Andy McDowell.
He certainly couldn't go back to the doctor.
Well, just get Martin Scorsese to direct this, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's true. Get him on some stilts or whatever the fuck has to happen in that movie.
Something tells me that Ted Sarandos and Netflix wouldn't shell out the CGI money for
that's
Groundhog Day 2.
Or Groundhog Day 12.
6 more weeks of slasher. So then we're also introduced to some bullies who I thought these bullies were going to play a larger role here.
I do want to say something about So they get out of the office and they start saying, "Oh man, what a homo he is! What a bunch of homo this and homo."
Oh, I did not hear that.
Heroes.
Now I forgot about this. Yes, that combined with the F-bombs that are coming up immediately after is what totally turned me off of this movie the first time I saw it.
And that's a totally reasonable thing. That's why I honestly like I'm in a position where the recommendations at the end of the show never matter. But I'm right on the edge, and I don't know where I'm going to be at the end of this episode.
I totally missed them saying that. All I caught was they also start making fun of that teacher. Like they bump into that one woman.
Oh, she's got a cat head or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Oh, you got all this cat hair everywhere because you're just a fucking lonely old Spencer loser. Oh.
Somebody has to kiss that.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, someone's got to go home to that. Someone. What was it? A priest. They
allowed that or something.
Yeah, like someone said, "I do" to that, and this woman, like they cut back to this woman, and it's like tear.
And I mean, and the thing is, as an older, ugly man, I'm like, man, I don't want to be around any kids.
Kids are terrible. Kids are fucking horrible.
The one reason I would never teach anything. All anyone needs to do is call me Mr. Fucking Smelly Pants, and I'm crying in the bathroom.
Got to Steve on a bridge. They call me Mr. Smelly Pants.
Mr. Smay Smell.
Exactly.
But yes, then we meet up.
Hey, Mr. Sadek, why are you so fucking fat? And it's like, oh, God, I got nothing.
Well, teach the science behind why you're so fucking fat. Because science is real and monsters aren't.
And then you have to like deal with the fact that these little shits are going to outlive you and they're going to, you know what I mean? They're going to go on to do whatever.
Well, not necessarily.
Not if you can help it.
I know a lot of people that ended up dying young, and it's just surprising. It's just surprising.
You'll never expect the science teacher. You called him fat, but now you're dead. The science teacher.
This October, he's doing an experiment on you.
That's what I'm waiting
He's giving you a D for dead.
The periodic table will be red.
Yep.
Yes. So we're introduced to these two bullies. They are bullying this kid they were just calling Fat Kid. His friends fucking call him Fat Kid. Adults in the town are calling him Fat Kid.
Well, he's got a bad name. That's part of the reason.
Horace?
Horace, yeah. I mean, that ain't great, but it's better than Fat Kid.
No, it's easy. You just call him Hoary.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll save
Grant
the bullying.
made it work, and the Chicago Bulls, gosh darn it.
That's right.
This reminds me, I had this great strategy as a kid, as a fat kid. Some kid, like this kid who was younger than me, was maliciously bullying me on the playground
that's the worst.
for being a fat kid.
Ugh.
So my genius plan was like, all right, I'm going to find all the fatter kids than me and then try to buddy
Logic
up.
your way through
Yes. Try to buddy up to my villain. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm a fat kid. Yeah. What about that kid? Well, we should call him a fat kid. That kid is the real fat kid if you think about it.
Wait, what? No, you're the fat kid. You the fat kid.
He shut me down immediately and started calling me fat kid.
That is
like it gave that kid, the fatter kid, a free pass, but then I'm still fat kid.
Your Honor.
This is like It Follows for fat kids. You're like running up trying to give it to someone else.
Yes.
Maybe that kid, though, was paying the younger bully protection.
You think so?
Yeah, he's paying him off.
A Twinkie.
No. He's paying the
Actual
younger
money?
bully. Yeah, because the younger bully who's not a fat kid, what would he want to be paid in Twinkies for?
I don't know.
That joke only works if you're paying off a fat kid.
I remember we went to Catholic school, and one of the things you'd have to do, I think in 7th or 8th grade, you would have to take. You would take the first graders. You'd all have a buddy to take to church.
Oh God
fucking
Almighty!
Nightmare. And my fucking first grade kid bullied me mercilessly.
What?
He's like, why are your teeth so disgusting? And I'm like, well, I don't know, first grader. Shut up.
You should have been like, why's your fucking dad dead?
Well, I didn't have.
And then he would have been like, my dad's not dead. And then you go, no. Your real dad. That'll fuck that kid up good.
That's right.
How old are you in first grade? What is he, 7 years
Yeah,
old?
this kid was a little shit.
Fuck that. That would have destroyed him.
Oh, man. I wish I thought of shit like that.
I know. I want to go back.
I want to go back. I want to get him.
Groundhog Day. That day.
Oh, dude, I'd fucking hang myself every day. But yeah, there's no way to come back from being bullied by a younger kid. You just can't happen. But no, these are old or kids that are of his age.
They're of the same age. One was Wayne on the Wonder Years.
Yes.
They're tossing the gay slur that starts with an F all over the place. And like, I feel like this kid specifically, this actor has used that across several projects. He just would always get cast as scuzzy bully kid.
Norma, did you hear what your son said?
Well, that's the weird thing is like and this is like Bill and Ted rules kind of a thing where like you've the one F-bomb in both Bill and Ted movies thus far. We'll see what happens with Face the Music.
I guarantee you Ed Solomon did not allow that in the script for this.
Of course. I bet it's there for nostalgia.
No.
That's what the project is about.
Speaking of Groundhog Day, I feel like we've had this discussion before.
Probably.
But it's all in this one area, and it's 2 homos and 2 F-bombs, and I'm like, just get this out of this movie. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't come back later, not that it should, but like, it's not part of anything.
Can't believe those slurs didn't come back.
But you have the good guys doing it and the bad guys doing it. So like everybody's rotten here.
Well, because in the fucking grand year of 1987, that wasn't considered bad.
Yes.
You know.
And a bunch of people on Reddit right now are saying it's still not bad. Good for you.
That's fine. Stay there.
Yes.
Yeah. So then this other dude, this guy, what's his name? Rudy? The tough kid, like comes up. And this is, I don't get this. I don't like when.
This is awesome because he's got a leather jacket on and loafers and he's a badass.
I
don't like when you have these groups in movies where like, so our 2 heroes or whatever are kind of like outcasty, loserish in their own way. They love monster movies or whatever. Then you have Fat Kid who they're friend with. And then this guy who should be in the bully camp, but for some reason, the tough really wants to hang out with these kids who he's clearly older than also.
What are you talking about? He likes monsters.
Not only is he
not enough, he doesn't even pass the fucking test.
First of all, he doesn't give a fuck about monsters. He says he does for some reason.
I think he wants to fuck Eugene's sister.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
yeah, I think you're right. But maybe that's the motivation. But you're right, Andrew, because he's like a cool older kid who can fight the bullies, and he's just in this camp with them because I know Reddit's going to be. They always shit blood whenever I say it, but he's kind of a Mary Sue here. He's just like a cool character dropped out of the sky.
Well, he is a total Mary Sue because at the end of the movie, he's doing everything cool. Like, you got to split up the monster deaths amongst the monster squad. He gets all kills.
Yeah.
Except for the merman. And my second thing is, it always bothers me in these things. Fonzie, Dylan McKay, all these are like small dudes that just wear leather jackets. And whenever they say, hey, leave them alone, groups of bullies will shit their pants.
Right.
I'm like, hey, man, there's 2 of us. Fuck you, eat my shit. You know what I mean? Then start punch him in the nose.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
that leather jacket indicates, dude, he may have a knife on it.
I see.
Yeah.
And these other bullies, like Wayne from the Wonder Years, he's just like a words bully, you know? And they're like going to make this kid eat a candy bar that's been on the ground, but then like this Rudy guy makes Wayne eat it instead.
Well, Wayne puts it out like a cigarette with like, you know what I mean? Steps on it.
Right. And then he's like, you're going to eat that, right? Wayne from the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
And then it's weird because like this kid's kind of like, but Rudy, you know, like as if they sort of have a rapport.
Again, just punch this kid in the dick. I'm not eating a fucking candy bar. Like, me and my friend will figure it out, beating up this fucking kid in a leather jacket. Congratulations.
Even if he does beat me up, I'd rather be beaten up.
Yes.
Frankly, I'd rather be beaten up than eat this fucking gross, fucking garbage Snickers.
It is pretty disgusting. So then our heroes are walking home having a very like Seinfeldian discussion about Jerry. I'm telling you, the Wolfman's got a penis.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course the Wolfman would have a penis. The question is, does he have a red rocket or not?
Right. Well, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
He's not gonna have a man's penis down there.
No.
I mean, he's got man legs. Those are man legs.
No, they're just like
Dog haunches.
they're bigger dog haunches, but he's standing upright.
But like he's got the posture and the height of a human.
Yeah,
so his red rocket would have the girth and the length of a human penis.
Why does it be like a huge red rocket? Is what you're saying?
I mean, it depends on the
We're
guy.
not talking about size. We're talking about style.
Style.
And it's a red rocket style.
Very aerodynamic.
Points for style.
But, yeah,
this is where they say wolf dork. They're calling dicks dorks in this movie.
It's a very 80s thing. The weird thing is, like, so it's the 3 kids, and then there's this little kid that's hanging around with them. Who is this little kid?
This is Eugene with the hot sister.
Yeah.
I guess so, but what? Like,
Because listen, the second Rudy with the leather jacket enters this group of friends makes no fucking sense.
Yes.
And you're right, because this kid just learned to talk last summer.
He's a baby. What am I hanging out with a baby for? Like, again,
I don't know.
They're yelling at the sister, like, you can't come, you stupid baby. I'm like, what about that dumb baby?
Well, we wanted to
Can't have two dumb babies.
We wanted to hang out with the dog, and the only way we could do that is if Eugene was around.
Yeah, you're getting your other kids mixed up. Eugene is the one with the dog. The kid Patrick or whatever is the taller kid who has the sister.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay.
They're two different kids. Yeah, the other kid does not. He's a baby that has a dog.
Patrick's also a character that doesn't need to be in this movie because that dude does absolutely nothing.
Nothing. He does nothing except for like lust after his own sister, which we'll get into.
Yeah. So then we cut to a cargo plane. It's Browning cargo. Does everybody get it?
Oh God.
Nice.
Todd Browning directed Dracula, 1931. Yeah.
That sucks.
Thank you.
Piloted by Richie Aprile from The Sopranos.
Yeah, dude, David Preval, baby.
And so this is just
they're just corpse pilots. They're piloting around a bunch of corpses.
Here's the thing. I think this is a prequel to The Sopranos because that is some shit that the mob in the fucking 80s would be doing.
What, moving dead bodies?
Moving Frankenstein's monster internationally. They would be in charge of that shit.
I kind of like this idea. Yeah, so basically like, we got a castle in Romania. We're going to fucking turn it out and bring it to New Jersey, whatever we find.
Look, I think it's a similar thing to how you get all the best skyscrapers in Manhattan built.
Sure.
You have to involve the mafia. And this is the same thing. You need somebody to get a fucking enchanted corpse out of Romania, dude. You get the mafia on that shit. They'll have it out in 6 seconds.
Oh, the current tenants. They like the ponies, you see. They like them a little too much, if you know what I mean.
They're eating them and fucking them and shit.
So now we get a monster. How about that?
I'll show that box is cursed on. It pulls out a big roll. How to make it uncursed. $200, $400, $500. What are we talking about here?
They could do anything. That's the thing is they are real like magic, and they're amazing association of businessmen.
Oh, Tony, I heard that they're allergic to garlic. Wait till they smell my breath.
I like this movie already. I
right?
like
the mob boss could kill Dracula by breathing on him.
Dude, that's a movie. Dude in the mafia has to go into witness protection, right? Mm-hmm. And for some crazy reason, it's not the suburbs in Minnesota.
Oh, I like this.
It's Romania.
Yeah, it's like Interpol witness protection.
Yeah, and he winds up opening an inn in Romania, but he keeps cooking Italian food, and he's constantly being besieged by vampires, but they're all just walking through the door, and the second they get a whiff of the garlic, and what with all the Catholicism, crosses everywhere, these vampires are just fucking disintegrating left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Dominic, make sure you bring the pickled garlic. We're going to need tons of it.
Ooh, I'm getting hungry.
Sliced it so thin it just liquefied in the pan.
Liquefied right on that vampire's forearm.
No, that's the flavor. That's a flavor.
So it's like a bit of business. Like, oh, isn't it depressing? No, we only like haul cargo. Uh-oh, I heard a noise back there. And introduced to Dime Store Dracula, this guy is a huge problem in this movie because he sucks.
Yeah.
You need to get somebody / anybody to be Dracula here.
D-.
It's really rough. It is really, and I was trying my hardest to give this guy the benefit of the doubt, but the time the credits were rolling, I was like, you know what? This is a failure of a Dracula.
Because Dracula's the captain. You need somebody in that role.
I'm neither scared of him, nor do I want to fuck him. That's a problem. That's a problem in a Dracula.
That's so true.
I need to one of them. One of them has to be true. I'm not scared of any of the Draculas in fucking Interview with a Vampire, but I want to fuck them all.
Yeah, sure, totally. This is full of hot Draculas.
That's the sexiest non-pornographic vampire film ever made.
Apart from Kristen Dunst, of course. Yeah, that's disgusting.
This is the only real evil left. And then I come. Like, that's how that works.
Dude, he says that in the new Almodovar movie, too. He says the exact same thing.
Does he really?
Yeah, no.
I was like, oh,
I can go to the movies and come again.
But you know who's up for this role and was actually cast in it? Like, he got close, but he was cast in another role.
Abe Vigoda.
Liam Neeson.
What?
Yeah.
That Liam fucking Neeson be
going
Dracula.
to take Frankenstein's monster. I'm going to get it out of Romania. I'm going to put it in a box and get it on a plane.
I need the amulet.
Yeah, I'm going to go start looking around for victims. Guess what? I hope they're black people. Because of what happened to my good friend. Yeah, that's a real story. I'll tell that unsolicited.
Yeah, I'm Dracula. I'm driving a snowplow around Romania looking for people to eat.
I like all of this.
Way back. Wow, what the fuck happened? What the fuck were they seeing in this dude that they did not see in Liam Neeson?
He was just a TV actor. He was in like V and a couple of other stuff.
He was
the money? I don't know.
I think it's the money.
I don't know if he was that big yet. I don't know. Like, because he was in Krull in like 83.
Yeah.
And like,
He was scattered in those 80s. He was there.
But so was this guy that landed the part. What was his name? Duncan Regehr or something?
Yeah,
Regehr Targaryen.
Regehr Targaryen, yeah.
I saw him once in a TV movie from 85 where he played Errol Flynn, and it wasn't very good.
That fits.
That's all I know of him.
Sounds about right.
Every time this guy comes on screen, I think an M&M commercial is about to start. Like, you know what
Dude,
I mean?
he would be Dracula in an M&M's commercial. It's the yellow one and the red one, and they're walking down a creepy hallway, and like lightning's going on outside.
I don't know. I'm pretty scared.
No, just come this way. It's got to be right around the corner. Hey, who are you?
Exactly. And that's
Dracula.
And then they faint, and so does Santa Claus, who's also there.
Now it's a monster party, dude. You involve Santa Claus?
Santa Claus is like an immortal demon-esque figure.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
That
He should
seems
be in
like
this.
that's a movie that like MST3K could have done, like Santa Claus versus Dracula.
Is it anyone that Krampus movie? Was that ever worth it or
That
not?
was
so much?
kind of good for about an hour.
Okay.
And then it kind of goes apart.
You ever see that movie? What is it called? Strange Exports.
Oh, yeah, Rare Exports.
Rare Exports. Yeah, that's
yeah.
a kind of a fun. Evil
That's a fun
sci-fi
evil
movie.
Santa Claus movie,
Yeah.
absolutely. And what the fuck was that Santa Claus movie, the horror movie with Bill Goldberg? Santa Slays.
Santa Slays.
Oh, Jesus.
I never tried that one out.
Didn't know that existed. No,
Oh, it
I'm
definitely
sad.
does. Bill Goldberg playing Santa Claus, dude.
Now you just got me a
Ew.
better idea. Who could be Dracula in this movie? Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, it's the Monster Squad. Ooh, yeah.
You guys are gonna wet your diapers when I suck your blood.
Go get him, the mummy.
It's the role I was born to play.
I think it would be great. This would be amazing.
He's still wearing the cowboy hat with all the frills coming off.
Yeah,
of
but
it.
then there's also the sunglasses also. But he's got wearing a Dracula cape.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's Dracula.
And
It's still the neon pink cowboy hat, but he's wearing a Dracula cape.
You're getting more Slim Jims in this movie than at least.
Oh, sure.
Go along with the Pepsi.
Oh man, he's like biting into Slim Jims and they bleed. It was like an early formula.
Oh, that doesn't look right. Back to the drawing board, Slim Jim Company.
That's like a merchandise idea they have that goes terribly wrong.
Yep, that sounds right. So he escapes with Frankenstein's body.
This is a bullshit thing though, where like they drop the cargo like out of the plane. Like Richie Aprile pulls this lever trying to kill Dracula. Kind of a neat effect right here when the floor goes out from under him. He just starts floating.
Yeah.
Oh, it's neat now, is it?
The effect, not the guy playing him.
But you hated vampires floating famously.
Yeah, but he's not floating outside a house. He's floating for a moment.
Oh, okay.
So
But
you're
then
okay with them floating inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Sure.
Okay.
I do like that he floats.
Trying to find logic in shit I complain about. I'll give you $1,000.
I do like that he floats here. I do like that he turns into a bat. I don't like that no one on this plane dies.
Yeah,
That's what I was trying to get to.
Stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Kill those two fuckers.
Yes.
The plane crashes. Also because apparently Dracula knows where they're going.
Yes.
To get this amulet. But what are the odds they're dropping right into this fucking swamp
where the merman's living, or the gill man, or whatever, the creature in the Black Lagoon.
I would like to have him, like a shot of Dracula looking at a big atlas and being like, all right, well, if we're going this way.
Or if he
this
commandeered the
happens-
plane,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Does
Also,
he just know where all monsters live? Do monsters just sense other monsters? Are they pen pals? What's
Well,
the
aside from
situation?
Dracula and Frankenstein's monster, the other three are fucking relegated right into the town line.
locals,
They're
Local monsters.
townies.
But to your point about the death, like I understand this is a kid's movie, but like all you need is a shot of like those two guys going,
And then if you have to cut back to the cockpit, they're there, they're unconscious, and they have two holes in their neck. That's it.
And or you hear like, plane crash reported da-da-da-da-da-da. And at least I know there's something going on here.
A Browning cargo plane crashed just outside of town.
Yes.
And since the dad's a cop, he's going to go investigate it.
And then then you would actually stop the only fatality in this film being the one black actor in it, which would, that would help a little bit. Even the scales.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy goes up like it's a scene from The Irishman, man.
That's incredible.
That happens like they forgot that they have to kill the black guy.
Exactly. They're like, oh shit, we didn't do that yet. Okay, do it now. Do it now. No.
Do you think that guy saw the movie and he was like, "Wait, what happened to my character? You did what to me?"
I thought I was just left. But yeah, so he drops into a swamp. But I think Dracula has some sort of power over the Wolfman. He's got this stick that he's using against the Wolfman, right?
Yeah, that scepter that doesn't really come back into a play after all the monsters are activated.
Yeah.
He also throws his newspaper for the Wolfman to catch.
Go get the ball, Wolfman.
Exactly.
Go get the ball, Wolfman.
I think it's just dog rules once he's a
dog.
Wolfman, because the man who becomes the Wolfman in this movie, he hates being the Wolfman.
Yeah.
He's trying to warn everyone about it.
Yeah.
But when he's the Wolfman, he's just Dracula's lapdog.
Yeah, he's trying to party. He's trying. That's a party Wolfman. I kind of like this guy. I kind of like the Wolfman design a little bit. It's
good.
It's shitty-ish, but
Did you see the little bit of Tribune trivia that is kind of insulting and makes no sense? That they were like, "Oh yeah, this Wolfman designed after Stan Winston."
Oh yeah.
I was like, what? That's really mean.
I mean, he's designed by Stan Winston, but I guess it's a self-portrait.
I think that's what this bit of trivia was telling me.
John Gries plays the Wolfman, by the way.
Yes.
Who's Uncle Rico and
Napoleon Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Credited as Jonathan Gries in this movie.
Interesting.
That was something.
We do meet up with the main kid, Sean's parents here. Yeah, of course, we're Steven Spielberg and all over the place. We're all
It's
crying.
like a Cassavetes movie in the background.
Really is.
Dude, somebody should be making a waitress cry.
If you saw this guy, if you saw his dad out in the town, a waitress would cry.
A lot of singing and banging the beer on the bar.
If you're a waitress, you'll cry. Look out for the detective.
I think this actor, Stephen Macht, also thinks that Stephen King rules because he was in the not great Graveyard Shift adaptation.
Oh, that movie sucks.
Yeah.
You know what role he was really a hair away from getting?
What?
North?
Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS
No
Enterprise.
way.
He was up for it, really got close.
We would not be talking about 7 seasons of
No,
The Next
you would not.
Generation if that's the case.
Well, just this, he would have to smoke on the bridge. That's he's got this gray smoker's face.
Yeah, no, he definitely does. He looks like an old football. Yeah, so the parents.
Oh, hey, Steven. Nice Monster Squad movie you made there. Bet you wish I didn't come out for the role, but I got it. I always get it.
1987, same year that a certain television program started. Weird, you had to go do Monster Squad, was it?
Oh, Steven. Oh, yes. How's your son doing? I hear he's doing very well.
Who's the son again?
Gabriel Macht of Suits and a bunch of other stuff.
SWAT firefight.
SWAT firefight.
Come on,
Oh,
sing
how
with
could we
me.
forget
SWAT
SWAT
firefight.
Thank you. We did an on-screen on that 10,000 years ago.
Absolutely. Try to find that. It's in our Patreon archive, I think.
It's all locked up.
So yeah, we get a taste of the home life here. They have a definite movie treehouse situation.
Yes.
This thing was built by Bob Vila.
it's a nice fucking treehouse.
I mean, you could in 2019, you could put this on Airbnb and people would sleep in it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Get a couple better mattresses, maybe, but
maybe not so many monster posters.
Sure.
God, we have the Airbnb. The guy above us in our building uses Airbnb. Every fucking day I come by my stoop and there are just befuddled German tourists like, do you know where Christopher is? I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Oh,
it's not my problem. I
wow.
don't work in this hotel. I'm actually just going home.
Oh, honey, did you see that? The little fat boy yelled at us.
Oh, you're not the tour
Welcome to
guide?
New York.
You're not the tour guide? It said that the tour guide downstairs.
Are you the maid? Would you take out our sheets?
So it wasn't a scary German guy.
No.
Oh, scary German guy
to bring
comes
it
into
back.
play in this movie. Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah, this is where they induct Rudy into the club. They give him like a monster test, which is just like 2 questions about movies.
And this is the thing. This is the kind of movie that your older brother's friend that punches you in the arm likes. And it's also the kind of movie that like nerds that are like, oh, you like comic books? Well, name the first issue that so-and-so showed. It's like, you know what, dude? Hey, let's just say I like comic books this way and you like comic books that way.
Sure.
I just say that I like monster movies, so fuck off.
No, you like comic books. They like being an asshole. That's what they really enjoy.
So they have their little meeting or whatever. Then Sean, is it? He's like the main character, I guess.
Yes, yeah.
He goes back inside. He has plans to go with his dad to see Groundhog Day 12 at the drive-in. The dad's got to break it off because they're going to marriage counseling. And he's like, you have a 5-year-old sister to watch? I was like, this kid's like 12.
Yeah.
13,
That's
maybe?
how it used to be.
It's wild.
Yeah.
That's
What
how
a
I grew
time
up.
to be alive and be murdered.
Absolutely. That's how I grew up. Yeah. We had if you were like 13, you were watching Everybody.
Sure.
I guess that's because I was the oldest, so I don't like entirely remember when that started. But I guess it was around like 13, maybe. I don't know.
Plus, this guy's smoking in front of this kid, so all bets are off. He's like just smoking in his bedroom.
He like blows the smoke like right in this kid's face, like I gotta go to work.
Hey, baby boy, you got any matches in here?
That's exactly how I grew up. My father would constantly smoke.
Yeah.
Spray it in my face.
Wow, really? Like in an antagonistic fashion?
Put it out in my shoulder. No, he didn't put it out on
Hey, went for your 15th birthday. He's like, hey, he gave you a pack of cigarettes. Hey, Eric boy.
Smoke up. You're a man now.
No, he was the opposite, which made it all the more enticing because he was like, no, you may never.
Oh,
you may never touch this.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Exactly.
Same for my dad. My parents smoked before we were born and quit, and they were like, never, ever do it. And I'm like, uh-huh.
Yeah. Question about a line this dad has right here, because like the kid will not stop bitching about this movie situation. And then the kid says to the father, like, by the way, I thought you stopped smoking.
Yeah.
And the dad says, put your basic lid on it. What is that?
I don't know what that is.
I had to rewind twice and then put subtitles on.
Put your basic lid. I mean, he's telling him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. But I've always heard it as put a lid on it.
Yeah.
What is this basic lid?
Maybe
is there
he's
an
also-
advanced lid?
Maybe he's calling him stupid. Like you're basic, so you're
Shut your
stupid.
dumb
I think it's a
mouth.
little early for basic
You're
to be
fucking
used.
Right.
basic with your Ugg boots and your pumpkin spice.
Well, you explain it then.
I know.
Steve.
I'm just saying it's a little early.
It was weird. I thought it was like a vision of the future. I couldn't
Oh,
understand it.
man, he just got Stephen Macht got a vision. Basic. Yeah, exactly. But he actually can't even go to marriage counseling because he gets a call that a mummy escapes, and then it's a classic like, it's my job.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a Bill Trench thing here. Or Tench.
Anybody notice who the mother was?
I did.
Yeah.
The therapist from Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Also the mother from the Goonies.
Yeah.
You cannot make this shit up.
Yeah,
They were
that's
just like,
bad.
Get us the Goonies mom. So it's a Goonies movie.
That's pretty shitty.
Yeah, she is a therapist from I guess she was buds with Shane Black.
Makes sense.
She's in one, and she returns in Lethal Weapon 4, as I recall.
She's in all four of them.
Oh, she's in all of them?
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, okay.
It's actually kind of hilarious. If you look at her IMDb, it's like Lethal Weapon 1 psychiatrist, Lethal Weapon 2 police psychiatrist, Lethal Weapon 3 and then it's just her name, like Stephanie something or other. And then in 4 it's like Dr. Stephanie something or other. So she kind of really in the Tobo scale of getting.
I was just going to say the Tobo scale.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good. Then we get my favorite scene in this movie, which is John Gries going into this police station and being like, I'm a werewolf. You have to lock me up.
Yes.
Which is fucking great.
It's a great scene. This is kind of like the best part of the movie.
Also, like, you can't do that, obviously. You can't just go, I'm a werewolf, lock me up. What you need to do is commit some low-level assault.
Yes.
Exactly right. Yeah,
You
the
know,
old throw the brick through the shopkeep's window.
Exactly. Get yourself arrested for legitimate reasons.
Right.
And then you can just change in prison.
Don't gotta murder nobody.
Well, maybe.
You don't gotta set a car on fire.
Well, setting a car on fire is a great way to get
You think
arrested.
so?
I
Did
think
John
it's the
Gries set a
best.
car on fire?
No, but
Oh.
like
He
as
should've.
far as like things he could do to get into jail.
Well, he makes the mistake of grabbing a cop's gun and firing it wildly into the ceiling of the police station, to which another officer rightly responds by blowing this dude away.
That doesn't get you in jail. That gets you killed.
Yeah.
There's a fine difference there.
Right.
Well, why don't you just go into the police station? I want to shoot Reagan in the face and like see what happens. They'll probably knock you over and lock you up.
Question, by the way.
I want that man executed.
Wait, is Reagan walking in there?
Oh, yes,
saying he wants to kill himself?
No, he's...
Mommy, it's a bad day.
Mommy, I'm a werewolf. I'm going to turn into a werewolf. Mommy, try to stop me.
Oh, we get to finally use the White House guillotine. John Gries, you're up.
Mommy, how is ancient Egypt?
Yes, I like this
She's
now.
the mummy and I'm the wolf, man.
I was bitten by a dog and it's actually stopping my brain from decreasing, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, dude, he wants to be a werewolf because then his body will build back up and he'll lose the dementia.
Speaking of old men with dementia, this is mean. But I was on like a flight. I think it was like New York to California or whatever, long flight. And this old guy used the bathroom and he was all like befuddled. And he walks down the hallway and he's got like, I'm not kidding, like a 6 feet of like toilet paper hanging out of his pants.
Oh, no.
And I was like, is that guy a mummy? It's like a trail.
That would have been my first thought, dude. We got a mummy on our hands here or what?
Turned out he was just extremely old.
I finally escaped them. It's a mummy!
But the mummy does escape, actually.
Right. And the dad and his partner are like berating this old guy security guard. Like, is this how you do your job? Is this how you fucking... So let me tell you. Let me get this straight. You were just standing here. You didn't see nothing. And then this 2,000-year-old mummy just disappears. Is that right, old man?
He was a mummy guard in the middle of... Like, what is this town?
It says Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which question.
Oh, really? I totally missed that. I was going to ask.
Some of the materials that I read today said that.
Oh, well, that would explain the swamp and this fucking weird Forrest Gump house that the monsters shack up in. It looks like Mama Gump's house.
I wish I was a bat fly far, far away.
It makes sense because Louisiana is America's Europe.
It is.
That's true.
Yeah, that's why Dracula wants to go.
That's Anne Rice. She lives down there.
I was almost positive I was going to see a vampire when I went down there.
Wow.
I did not.
No such luck.
No such luck.
Oh, that's too bad.
Every mirror had a reflection.
The partner, by the way, Stan Shaw, who's got a recurring bit, is like, I'm a pretty good policeman until he gets blown up.
Right. That guy is in a lot of stuff, but I couldn't place where I know him from.
Prior episode, House Guest. He's his buddy.
Oh, yes.
And Rising Sun, he's like a security guard. He's also in...
another previous episode, if I remember correctly.
He's really good in Snake Eyes, which is kind of a better movie than I remember it being.
It definitely is, and I think that's...
Boxer.
Yeah, yes, that's where because I just rewatched that sometime in 2019, so I think that must be where I was recognizing him from most recently.
Yeah, that was a reappraisal. I when I first saw that in theaters, like, fuck that movie. I was like, it's pretty not too bad.
I think it's a really good movie.
It's really good De Palma.
Yeah. So yeah, all this is going on. The dad, I guess, like gives up on this whole mummy thing and goes back home.
But I mean, this is the thing. His wife is like, we need to go to counseling, and he has to be like, I can't go to counseling. A mummy is missing. You'd be like, well, no, you could definitely. Somebody else can handle the mummy caper.
Well, and I was confused for a second because the way that they're cross-cutting everything, I thought he got called in because of the John Gries thing.
Yeah.
Which is like, honey, listen, they had to fucking murder somebody at the office. I gotta go back to work. That's justifiable. But fucking mummy PI? Get out of here. Put a rookie on that shit.
Yeah, that's just like someone stole like a piece of merchandise. Like that's not even a thing.
Also, what is your appointment going to take? 30 minutes to an hour? The mummy will still be missing later. It's totally fine.
It's not an excuse. And like, yeah, later he shows up. He does go and she's like, well, you don't even care about this marriage. Like, a man died tonight, but like you're burying the lead. You were looking for a mummy most of the night.
A man dies most nights, John.
Yeah, so this is the weird, like, the kid is stealing a screening of the drive-through or the drive-in theater because he's watching this movie and, like, man, it's got to be weird living that close to a drive-in movie theater.
Right, because they're on the roof.
He's watching it and he's got his own radio, like, tuned to the frequency.
Anybody clock the proportions of this? The screen is enormous. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's like it's enormous. It's very big.
Would you ever go to a drive-in?
Is it? But you can see it from houses away.
It's lighting at least 17 houses.
That's
before
kind of
it
what we're
gets
looking
to
at.
Sean's.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, they are bigger than your average movie screens.
Yeah, but this was kind of like it was like a Thomas Kincaid painting.
Yes.
Of like a beautiful little village surrounded by.
It is.
There's a lot of bad matte paintings in
Yes.
this movie. You get it later at one point when the bat version of Dracula is like flying through the town.
Oh, I just remembered the mother has a line in this that's sort of like telling the kid to eat shit, which is fucking great because she's like, "Oh, Van Helsing, well, he fights Godzilla, right?"
Oh, right, yeah,
which is just great.
Yeah, it's like, I don't give a
love
shit.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
And look, people like, Mom, but it's like, no, Mom is too fucking busy to worry about fucking Dracula and Godzilla. All right,
Mom's trying to hold this marriage together to care about which one's Godzilla.
With her hands in her teeth, man.
while the mummy detective goes off and fucking does whatever his problem is,
And it comes home with a fucking Burger King bag.
Oh yeah. Well, listen, Burger King is an instant make good, dude.
Feeds his son a bag of fries.
Burger King had money in this, and Adidas had money in this.
Yes.
Pepsi also.
Pepsi, yes. Oh yeah.
Burger King though, like there's a shop front, right there, and it's mentioned in dialogue at the end when they can't get into the church and they're like, we need sacred ground or whatever, and the fat kid's like, what are we gonna do? Do it in the Burger King?
Yeah. I feel like there was some talk about the Burger King product placement. People came in, it's like, yeah, so one thing, we want Burger King. We want, the town square is great. The Burger King line's amazing. We can't have the fat kid eating Burger King. That's not what we're trying to project.
Here at Burger King, our burgers don't make you overweight.
What we want is pretty babies eating the Burger King. Pretty babies.
What about the Stephen King rules shirt and the beleaguered father, the mummy detective?
Can we polish up those cheeks though first?
Well, they're both physically fit, so that's great. And everybody knows a cheeseburger can't give you lung cancer. So whatever else that guy's got going on, that's his own problem.
He's managing his symptoms is what he's doing. So like they have a nice father-son moment. And like the next day, so Dracula holds up in this fight, like we said, Forrest Gump house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With the Wolfman, and they bring Frankenstein back to life. They put ear pods in him.
It's a weird, like the crate like is lifted up out of the swamp.
Yes,
and then the creature from the Black Lagoon is doing it. They open it up. Yeah, his scepter, Dracula's scepter, like it's like a horned beast or something. They pull the horns off. They do look like little ear pods. They like it's like they're jumping a car. Like they put it on his little plugs or whatever. Instant lightning strike on a pole. A Jason Voorhees situation here too.
And Frankenstein just wants to be dead, which I totally like Eric. I totally agree with.
Very relatable.
But Dracula is talking like him and fucking Frankenstein are old friends. I want to see the adventures of Frank and fucking Dracula.
Come on, buddy. Remember that club? We closed it out, dude. We were hanging out until 4 o'clock in the morning, and then the sun came up.
Exactly. That's the thing, though, is like Dracula is like, oh, my buddy is back. You know, we're going to have a great time. But then Frankenstein's monster is just like Buffy in the later parts of the series when she reveals she's like, I was dead and I was happy and I'm pissed off that you brought me back from the dead. That's what the monster's like right here. He's like, dude, I was at rest. It was eternal peace. It was great.
But think of the pleasures of life. You know how many ways there is to prepare blood? Blood sausage, blood pie, blood and rice.
Popcorn blood.
Eventually, this world will be completely evil. You just have to wait a couple thousand years.
I'm just thinking this is more like Chuck and Buck, actually. Like it's an old buddies, like awkwardly, like trying to. This Frankenstein's got a new dead life that he's enjoying.
Don't you remember Frank and Drac used to suck and fuck?
Can I watch you jerk off? Can you pull your pud from me?
Oh my God. This is Tom Noonan talking. Yes. That's Frankenstein's monster.
So they go back to this house. He ties up the Wolfman because he knows the Wolfman, like, as a wolf, is a totally cool team player.
Right.
But in the morning, he gets regrets, you know?
And he's going to fucking run off and tattle on everybody, and he can't have that happen.
Are you wearing a fire?
He's a rat. He's not a wolf. He's a rat.
Just kill the Wolfman. There's already too much shit going on.
Yeah, but you need him to be the muscle, dude.
I don't think
the mummy's not going to cut it.
Promote Gilman.
Gilman is ready to go. He could take on a bigger role at any time.
He's got a very. I was going to say it's like a pretty good body.
He does.
Man, like those rippling muscles.
But look what happens though. The first scene in the movie, like which is basically the end of the movie, that Gilman gets anything to do, he fucks up and gets murdered by the fat kid immediately.
Yeah, well, because he didn't have enough to do earlier on.
Oh, to get reps. Yeah, you need reps. To make
I see.
Well, the trouble with that is that the Wolfman occasionally can speak. Gilman is just.
What is the I've never seen Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Great movie.
He's fucking horny, isn't he?
I guess I can't get into the Monster Squad. Did you see? No, but I never.
No, and this is a teaching moment, Steve. Because you know what? Here you go. Here's how it works, everybody. I just said it was a great movie. Steve hasn't seen. You know what, Steve? You should watch it sometime. I think you'd like it.
Oh, thanks, man. That's a cool conversation to have. That's the end of that fucking.
You fucking loser!
What do you have in a podcast? You haven't seen fucking Creature of the Black Lagoon, you fucking loser. But no, my question is,
you don't know anything about monsters unless you saw Night and Fog, fuckhead.
Oh my god!
Monster Squad.
But is it like a guy that turns into a monster?
No, it's like they're in like the rainforest in the Amazon or whatever, and it's like, we've heard rumors, blah, 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 don't drive this boat here. No, we're going to.
Yeah.
And they encounter him.
It's like Shape of Water if he was a little stinker.
Pretty much, yeah. But he's also like horny. Like he's horny for this lady. There's a lot of like cool underwater footage, and so
she eating eggs in that movie or what?
No, not eating eggs.
Okay.
No, eating ass though. Definitely eating ass in those sequels, I think.
Underwater, like blowing bubbles in there.
Return of the Creature, dude, is nothing but 83 minutes of people eating ass.
Now I am going to see this movie.
I think you'd like them.
Oh, hold on, question. Do I need to watch the first one to understand the eating ass one, or
no? Well, the plot around the eating ass maybe, but the actual ass eating, no, that's totally fine.
I don't want to get lost.
No, you don't.
I
can
probably Wikipedia the first one, and then just watch the eating ass.
Don't worry, there's a lot of exposition.
I like those creature movies, man. I do a lot. Anyway, so...
And since you told me in a civilized way, maybe I actually will see one of those fucking movies.
So what is... The whole thing here that I don't understand... They make the leap towards here, but I guess it's just this movie's 82 minutes and deal with it.
Yeah.
But like the kid, Sean, like walks into his kitchen and the mother has like left a note like, hey, Sean, a grown adult called for you about this diary that you fucking found. His name's Mr. Alucard, which by the way, kid, you're such a fan of these monster movies. You have to like do the spelling thing. Like, that's Dracula's fucking calling card, dude. When he's got to be on the down low, that's Mr. Alucard, dude. Don't even worry about it.
Alucard is Dracula spelled backwards. Wait a minute. Nilbog is goblin spelled backwards.
Nilbog! Man, I rewatched that Best Worst movie.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a documentary that you can watch again, because that sad dentist is just like, hey, you ever see Troll 2? And everyone's like, no, and he's like, it's hilarious. I tell this kid not to piss on food. And everyone's like,
you don't piss on hospitality.
Yeah, and he's like, okay.
Just clean my teeth.
No, yeah, I'll have a top off. Thank you.
Top off. Yeah, but it's Alucard. Yes, that's Dracula's. So the kid gets the book.
Where did they get this book from?
Maybe I missed it. Maybe.
Was there a deleted scene where he goes to a book fair?
Oh no, that's what his mother gives him.
Oh right, she
gives him a German manuscript.
And she's like, oh, you'd like it because it says Van Helsing in it or something.
I remember her giving the book to him, but I didn't get
that's right.
line.
And then he says it's in German, which is really weird.
And they're like, oh, the only person in this town that can read it is our friend or nemesis, scary German guy.
Right.
Much like Fat Kid, he's just scary German guy.
Just give this poor man a name.
I mean, they give him a fucking number, so they might as well give him a name.
Mr. von Dusseldorf or something.
Yeah.
They should have called him by the number.
They might as well.
Let me tell you something. This movie has no business invoking the Holocaust.
No.
Let me just put that right out there.
It's a Monster Squad.
Well, that's
great if Hitler was there.
Dude, that's what scary German guy says too. So they go to his house. They're like, listen, we got to suck it up. We got to go in there. Maybe he's going to help out. And like, the guy comes up behind them. He's been like grocery shopping or something. And of course, he's like the sweetest old man in the world. He's giving them pie. Lots of Pepsi with that pie. That's a fucking sugar rush. Cherry pie and Pepsi. Oh my God.
Yeah, they make up for the Burger King with Horace eating like half a pie.
Well, it's a huge joke right there too, because they're like, we're full. And Horace is like, oh, I'm not.
Is there more pie?
I'm method acting. So this guy like helps them like translate the book, and it's this whole thing about an amulet. Every 100 years, you can open a portal to limbo, but if you have a fair virgin girl read these lines, you can destroy the thing and whatever the else vague shit.
Oh, and it was written 100 years to tomorrow.
Yep.
And in the back, and I noticed this menorah. I'm like, oh, that's kind of an odd detail. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of
like, oh, is this a trophy of his?
No, I was just like, oh, he's a Jewish guy. That's an interesting. We're just making a choice here. That's fine. Very quiet. And then like he's walking them out the door. And they're like, yeah, I guess we know a lot about monsters. And he's like, I guess so do I.
Dude, it's worse though because he's like, yeah, so I bet you thought I too was a scary monster before you got to spend this pleasant afternoon with me. And they're like, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. We know our fair share about monsters. And yeah, he's like, and unfortunately, so do I. And he closes the door, and as his like shirt sleeve extends to close this door, you just see a fucking Holocaust number tattoo on his arm.
And then all the metal objects in the house start floating.
Not everyone in the Holocaust was Magneto, Chris.
What? Really?
No.
I thought that's how it went.
I just don't.
No, you don't need it.
It doesn't assist with anything.
The dumbest thing is I read on IMDb, on this guy's IMDb, it was like, oh, he was rumored to be in the Holocaust because of his involvement in Monster Squad, but he actually was an Italian guy that fought for the Americans and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, what, you just saw this movie, you thought it was a documentary?
Or like anyone playing a Holocaust survivor has to be a Holocaust survivor? Now, like, I'm speaking of Liam Neeson, man, he wasn't involved in the Holocaust.
Now I'm kind of imagining a Curb Your Enthusiasm kind of like a mix-up where he goes to a dinner party and everyone thinks he's a Holocaust survivor, and he's like, how do I tell them I'm not? Like, kind of a thing.
That's a great episode of that show. Oh, The Survivor. So now they have all their information. They have to find this little amulet and whatnot. There's a great line here of know any virgins.
Yeah, Rudy, do you know any virgins? They are, by the way, like, so here's the thing. They have this cool clubhouse. The window is facing right into Patrick's older sister's room.
Right.
And there is a camera placed exactly right there. And like, I grew up with older sisters and all that stuff, and everyone's like, hey, your sister's hot or whatever. Like, that's the thing guys do. Sure. I'm not allowing people to like film my sister without her knowledge. No. I'm not like getting in on it either.
What if it was Frankenstein doing it? Because he gets in on this action.
He does. Frankenstein definitely gets in.
He's getting a little taste. He's getting a little money in his pocket. It doesn't really matter.
Here's the thing, though. Also, if you're the other guy, like if you're Sean, I'm not leaving that camera up in the clubhouse when I know Patrick's coming over for a Monster Squad meeting.
Exactly. It's an awkward situation. It's a weird idea. This kid, I think, is into it. I think Patrick is into it.
100%.
I think you're right.
You look at that fucking haircut? Yeah, of course he is.
It's the delicious unknown, dude.
The delicious unknown?
It's tempting. You're a little boy. There's boobs. It doesn't matter whose boobs they are. That's what this kid's doing.
I guess so.
That's what he's doing. He's clearly doing that in this movie.
It's really weird.
So Dracula tasks Frankenstein's monster to go out, get these kids, get the amulet.
Yes.
And he says, if they give you any trouble, kill them. And I was like, cool, we're using the K word. Kill those kids. That's great. So they do a nice little ref here.
Meanwhile, Gilman, who would kill the kids, just sitting on the bench, like, dude, just put me in, coach.
I can't believe we're sending Frankenstein on a stealing mission.
He's gonna get sympathetic towards those kids, Dracula. I'm telling you right now, you should have sent me to do it. I'll kill a kid. I'll kill a kid right now.
His blood is cold, my friend.
Didn't you see his other movie? I mean, he could kill kids.
One little girl and the whole deal is kaput. I go out there, I'll kill the whole fucking lot of them, and then I'm going back to eat mer ass. That's what we do under the sea.
Definitely eat ass, but eat a kid.
Yeah, sure.
You're a Gilman, eat a kid.
The way that they make you think that the monster's actually going to do something about this is they reference the Frankenstein film from 1931 where the girl is playing with the flowers by the river and Frankenstein comes up and throws her in the water and murders her. That's what they're doing here. But then like the little girl just makes friends with him and brings him back to the clubhouse. And now they like, there's a very brief section of this movie where they kind of just own him like a dog.
Well, that's something that really confused me is that Dracula refers to him as his servant. And like, I was like, is there like this connection? Does Dracula like hold power over him?
Yeah.
It seems like no. It seems like the minute he doesn't want to, he can just leave.
It's the hubris of Dracula, though, dude.
Dr. Frankenstein lost a bet with Dracula.
Oh.
You know, and it was like, shit, I'm all out of money. Oh, fuck, I'll put the keys to my monster on the table.
It's like the Millennium Falcon.
There's the pink slip to my monster.
Oh, he lost it to a guy in a cape. Actually, it's the other way around. The guy in a cape lost it to a guy in a vest.
I don't know what it is we're trying to say with the scene where the monster finds the little mask of himself as a Halloween costume. It's like, we've commodified you, Frankenstein.
He's afraid of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary.
He gets pissed off, though.
Is
They're
that pissed
making
off?
money. Where's my cut?
Residuals. He's furious.
Dude, if I was Frankenstein, I would fucking throw a rock at Brad Garrett's head for that fucking that Apple commercial he did a couple years ago. The crying Frankenstein with the girl, the Christmas thing.
Isn't all of Brad Garrett's career just him doing Frankenstein?
Well, various kinds of Frankenstein, like OG Frankenstein, Jackie Gleason Frankenstein.
Now
Ray Romano is the merman.
Yeah, I'm eating ass.
Oh, it's better down where it's wetter indeed.
Under the sea. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they call me the bubbler.
I bet Ray Romano's a champion ass eater.
Like Kobayashi?
Yeah, and I mean that as a compliment.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's a skill.
You could see him getting there going, like doing a little motorboat action with that butt.
Oh, my God. Sometimes he wears a mustache. That's helping.
Raymond, stop eating ass and be nice to your mother.
Raymond, what's this I hear about you eating your wife's ass?
We live witches.
we're across the street. We can hear it, Raymond.
Oh, they weren't in the house on that show?
No, they're across the street.
Oh, what blessed distance. I never watched a second of that show.
Oh, no, Robert's coming over, and I'm busy eating my wife's ass.
Robert, just a minute.
Yeah, come on in.
I'm just finishing up in here.
Oh, my God.
Sound tongue-tied, Raymond.
No, I'm all right.
It's right.
So stupid. So we have a montage here of, it's like we're getting the Monster Squad together.
We're getting the Monster Squad together, but to your point, there is a part of this movie, like, and a way this movie could go is if he's like the mascot of the Monster Squad, or it's like kind of like he's the Encino Man. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, they should take him to a mall and he should get some cooler clothes.
Exactly. Some sunglasses would be appreciated.
I don't appreciate the haircut that this thing's got.
Yeah.
What? Why?
It's bad.
Well, I mean, of course, he's a dead guy.
Well, I don't know, but like Boris Karloff, they kind of figured that out. It's a little cooler.
Yeah.
You get this Frankenstein from Dapper Dan.
No, he's got fucking Ralph Wiggum's haircut. That's what he looks like.
Kind of does.
It's terrible.
Dude, it's fucking Tom Noonan.
Well, that's the other thing. Tom Noonan he's been bald since 1976. Just have him be bald.
Yeah, go Peter Boyle. Speaking of Peter Boyle, go Young
exactly.
Frankenstein with it.
Did they let him have the horseshoe in Young Frankenstein?
Yes, yeah, he's just totally bald.
He did, yeah, okay. So we're doing things like we're making silver bullets. This is, again, it's all Rudy. He's
the
making
Rudy
the
show,
silver
yeah.
bullets. He's fashioning a bunch of wooden stakes in shop class. The one kid, though, we got to talk about this one kid who writes the letter to the army for help. This kid's wearing a fucking Confederate flag cap.
I don't know where this came from or where it's going.
Well, now that you say this is
It's his
Louisiana,
grandpa's war chest,
yeah,
dude.
that's Louisiana. This
I
is like
guess
his
so.
fucking grandfather. Yeah, I mean, 1983,
87, but yeah.
87, 100 years before that, not too long ago, my friend. I know that's like 20 years or so after the war, but
Even still, yeah. I mean, I guess so. It made me vaguely uncomfortable the entire time.
It was, and it's the only time you see it. Maybe it's his letter writing hat.
Well, it's
correspondence from the front.
It's worse because it's little Eugene who's always quiet and like talking to his dog.
My dearest Martha, monsters have invaded my town. Should this be the last time we correspond, please know you have always owned my heart.
Oh man, to him, like Ulysses S. Grant is a monster.
Exactly.
Eugene also does have the stupid, to Eric's point, that stupid mummy scene that goes nowhere.
Oh, right, where he's like, "Oh, there's monsters in my room," and this I love this dad character because he comes in, he makes a point right up front. He's like, "Look, your mother and I, we're gonna have sex tonight, and you're not sleeping with me and your mother tonight." What he says in the movie is like, "You're not sleeping with your mother and me tonight." And I was like, "I know what that means, buddy."
Oh, Robin, I got a problem. I was trying to eat my wife's ass, and my kid thought he saw a monster. Turned out it was just you walking by the window. Definitely go away. Definitely go away right now. Oh, my fucking blonde kids won't let me eat my wife's ass. Had they be blonde? I don't know. Is the other one with you?
Thought I saw a mummy, but it was just his mother wrapped up in toilet paper after.
We see somewhere towards the end of this montage, like Dracula is like, "Oh, I have a task to do," and he opens this closet.
Yes,
and there's like 3 scared cheerleaders inside.
Yeah,
who the next time you see them, they're the new brides of Dracula.
That's sort of something.
I gotta hear these women speak at some point, though. This is like the door opens, this song is playing, you don't hear shit.
I don't even know his style for kidnapping women.
Yeah.
That's like half of Dracula lore.
His style for kidnapping women.
Surprisingly, even though he's Dracula, the dude, he prefers the arm cast in a van moving a couch thing. Even though he has supernatural powers.
Likes him to listen to Tom Petty as well.
Oh, could you help me move?
Don't do me like that.
My arm is broken. I cannot move this couch.
Yes, officer. I think I recognize her now. Was she a great big fat person? She was an American girl.
Did you breastfeed her? Toughened your nipples, didn't you?
You know, I would fuck me.
Dr. Dracula. Dr. Dracula. Dr. Dracula.
Dr. Dracula. Yeah, I'm into it.
Oh, totally. Wasn't that a Simpsons thing? Paging Dr. Acula?
Oh, right.
Was that SNL? Somebody did that.
Scrubs, actually, I believe, had Dr. There's a joke on Scrubs.
Well, then that could have come from anywhere.
So whatever, like it's kind of the final act. We've all got our shit together-ish.
And we have the most uncomfortable Q&A here because we're in the treehouse.
I just remembered Ed Wood has a Dr. Acula pitch.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Johnny Depp film.
Yeah, I saw it. I was there. So they're in the treehouse and it's like Rudy and then the brother Patrick, and they're trying to ask the older sister if she's had sex. And the way it comes out after a bunch of stammering and yammering is, have you been dorked?
Dorked? I've never heard that.
No.
This was popular at the time. I could see, I was alive in 87.
Sure.
A little older than everyone else here.
You were fucking, 4?
But like whales' dicks were super popular at the time, so people liked saying dork.
I think also it's a like an English slang thing a lot more.
Oh, really?
Than here.
They're getting dorked over there?
Because one time in the 7th grade, I had an English. She was an English teacher who, literally from England, who taught us Russian. And I called this kid a dork at one point, and this woman fucking flipped out on me. And she's like, "Don't call him a dork!" And like kicked me out of the class, the whole thing.
Whoa.
It was fucking crazy. Crazy.
Shit.
And the whole time I was like, what's wrong with dork?
Yeah.
Dork,
Well, because you could hear dork on fucking Family Matters, for sure.
Exactly.
They just had a vote that was like remain or dorked. And everyone voted dorked.
They're dorked now, dude.
That's it. We're truly well dorked, aren't we?
We are right dorked.
Yes, Jeremy, we're dorked.
That'd pair well with the right Remy.
I saw the creature from the Black Lagoon the other day. He gave me a right Remy.
Oh no, that was you just met Ray Romano.
How you doing, Dame Maggie?
I'm telling you, that guy would be aces and ass eating.
Ooh, it has a tongue.
What gives you this confidence in Ray Romano?
I'm kind of with Eric here.
His voice, his cheeks, his lips.
Yeah, I think he's got pronounced lips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he'd be fucking great at it. Not. There's nothing wrong with
No,
that.
I'm not even. I'm not. I mean, that is a notable skill to have.
You could just certain people you sense aptitude. It's like athleticism.
Yeah, it's him and Paul Sorvino and Dick Tracy.
Oh my god.
Lips manless? Is that it?
Yeah,
it is lips manless.
Lips assless, dude.
I'm trying to bend over.
Oh god.
Whatever,
Not
man.
bad.
The end of this fucking movie.
I mean,
man.
so they do have a Getting Things Done montage, which is the cheapest song I've ever heard. Literally, you just got an Italian guy in a studio with a Casio keyboard and said, go for it.
He's like, party till your head falls off.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck sub oingo boingo donkey shit is this?
You know who did it? The guy who wrote and performed Maniac from Flashdance.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah. Yep, same guy.
Interesting.
That's terrible news.
He's a scumbag, but he's got credit.
Is he a scumbag?
He just looks it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Are you looking at pictures of this guy?
Yeah, I saw a picture of him.
So the idea is, yeah,
Looks like a scumbag.
We're splitting up. Rudy and Patrick are going to get the sister.
Yeah, they got to find out if she's been fucked before or not.
And I was almost called him Chunk. Fat Kid, Eugene, and Sean are going to go to the house and steal the amulet. Blah blah blah.
Right.
666 Shadowbrook Road, by the way.
I also love
great
it.
address.
It's a great address. It's also like, all right, Andrew, me and you, we're going to go interview your sister. Eric and Chris, you go fucking steal Dracula's teeth from his head. We'll talk to you later.
But what is the deal with this house, with this amulet? Because it's like guarded by these crucifixes and shit. So they're trying to get Dracula away from this amulet, but who set it up again?
I don't remember. I guess it's a thing where like it's Dracula's master plan. Because they can't get the amulet.
They will steal it and Dracula will take it from them.
Yes, because they're just dumb babies.
Right. I don't know if this is a thing where like people, because like at the beginning when all of these people are getting sucked through the wormhole, like you see them all go through.
Sucking people through the wormhole.
Hey,
I can't do the voice. But.
get over here. I'm sure you're going to put through this wormhole.
But I think that maybe the thing is like, all right, wherever we've landed now, you know, we have to make a little sanctuary. Yeah.
So I think that's what's
okay.
going on.
Can people explain Dracula's ghost car to me now?
Yeah.
Because what is this? He turns it on and off like a light.
You know what? This is a stretch. It's just one toke over the line, Sweet Mary.
If you could do that, why make it a car?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Also, you can turn into a bat. What do you need a fucking car for? The merman's not going to get in there. Who's even in the car? The mummy's not driving it.
Also, it's bullshit because it's a hearse, and this is not the fucking Munsters.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Also,
Fucking
there's
bullshit.
He just likes going with a keg everywhere.
This Dracula also likes tossing dynamite around.
Dude,
This is one dynamite crazy Dracula.
When does Dracula go to the dynamite store? Because he's got so much of it.
I think he got it from another legendary monster, LG Yahoo.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I gotta,
Prospector,
you
yeah.
should see him like robbing a mine or something.
Yes.
He starts hucking dynamite at people.
I just imagine him buying like Val Kilmer at the beginning of Heat, except for it's at night. Very discreetly, he's got his eyes down. He's got his little card coming out.
Yeah. Something happens in this house that, again, totally invalidates this character Sean as the hero of this film. Because they go in and they're snooping around, and they have the monster, Frankenstein's monster with them. And this is where Dracula throws the dynamite, and the house falls down and pins the monster underneath.
Yeah.
And Horace is like, well, hey man, we got to help the monster out. And Sean's like, he's fucking dead. We gotta go. Fuck that. We're not gonna help. He's a fucking monster. He's disgusting. And he's like, no, don't you remember this kid? Don't you remember the middle part of the movie, man? We made friends with him. He's like, no, fuck him.
He died for us.
Like, it's outrageous. This kid is the scumbag.
Now I'm actively fucking rooting for Dracula. That's what you've done to me.
Exactly. I've always been on Dracula's side.
But then again, the monster does actively take photographs of Patrick's older sister, whose age we don't know.
Right.
This could be child pornography. He should have gone down.
This is a Frankenperv.
That's actually part of the montage.
Oh, the monster. Please come in. Come in. Have a seat.
Have a seat here, monster. That's part of the montage, though, dude, that I completely forgot about. Rudy goes and gets the photos developed.
Yes.
And he's looking at them when he comes out of the photo store, and he's like, bah. And then the end of that musical montage is Frankenstein's holding the fucking picture up, and they're all trying to get it from him, and he's like,
no, this is mine now. I'm going to jerk off in the treehouse.
And Patrick's is like, yeah, my sister, yeah.
So when Dr. Frankenstein put together the monster,
sure,
how conscious was the genitalia? Like, I'm gonna get this guy's got a great sack, I'm gonna use that part.
No.
This guy's got a
it's whatever was on the torso of that part. Of course it was.
Well, the head looks like a couple pieces.
No, I think he's bump. Because why bother have it's dead meat?
Yeah,
they're all from people, though.
I mean,
sure. When you die, your prick doesn't fall off.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, but you patch it over.
You patch it over? What are you, spackling down there?
Why would you patch it over? Why would you care about the genitalia at all? You're making a monster.
Oh, no, you're saying if they had a full bottom torso?
That is what Dr. Frankenstein did. He stole body parts.
But I thought it was piecemeal, a bunch of different ones.
But
so you're not getting
you get the torso. And there's a dick on it.
You don't get the thigh doesn't necessarily go with the wing.
Let's say
your dick's on your thigh, dude.
Let's say you get a leg and it's missing a couple toes, and you're like, well, I kind of want it with toes.
Yeah.
So you find some toes.
Mail this back. Brad Garrett's hung like a horse, I guarantee.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, for sure.
That's why they call him Tripod Garrett, dude.
That's my career, Raymond.
Playing Jackie Gleason and having a huge dick.
You're a star. You're a fucking star.
If he did porno or a sex tape came out, would you watch it?
I mean, I'd be curious.
A Brad Garrett sex tape? Ooh. Yeah, probably.
You have to take a peek.
Listen, dude, curiosity would kill the cat with that one.
Okay, he sounds like a bullfrog.
Ray Romano joins Pornhub community doing ass munchins. You checking that out?
No. That's probably a no.
No, I want to see his face.
Well, you won't.
If I'm going to watch a sex tape, I want to see his face there.
Well, what if you see his face, but then it's eclipsed by an ass? like a big moon.
I want a
comes
full
down.
face. Why am I bothering?
All right, I got the answers I wanted. Let's move on.
So,
Chris Gavin, the only person watching pornography for the faces.
All about the face.
They, so Frankenstein's incapacitated. This is the famous Wolfman's Got Nards sequence.
World famous. Throughout time.
Dracula steals the amulet from the kids and he's like, see you later. And he escapes or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then, he does steal the amulet, right? Or does he not?
I think so. Or no, this is they burn his face.
Oh,
Fat
right.
Kid's got some garlic.
They burn his face and he sicks the Wolfman on him. And
this is also the debut of the Brides of Dracula.
Yes.
He doesn't have garlic. He has a piece of pizza.
Yes.
Oh, is that right?
And you got to think that kid's eating that piece of pizza
of course.
after little Dracula face on your pizza.
It's just a little vampiric. It's still good.
And again, Sean, the hero, who's standing away while his friend is cornered by a fucking werewolf, is like, you kick him in the nards. Just kick him in the nards. Wolfman don't got nards. And then he kicks him in the
This is
nuts.
back to the Seinfeldian discussion that opened the film.
And he pops a testicle and
This is so iconic that I didn't remember it happened until I watched it yesterday.
Oh, come on. You didn't remember Wolfman's Got Nards?
No. That's the title of a documentary about this film that it's out now.
God,
well,
you had to remind me.
Fold it in half, put it in an envelope, seal that shit up, put a little wax sealer on top of that, and mail that to Who Cares.
Yep.
No way.
Not in a million years.
No. It's very tough to watch documentaries about movies that people like. There's a lot of them out there.
Yes.
Some of them are worth it. That documentary about how Richard Stanley went fucking crazy trying to make Island of Dr. Moreau, worth watching that one.
That I need the real weirdos. Like, you got to do Room 237, except for with every movie.
Yes.
Yeah, totally. What are all the conspiracy theories coming out of this movie? I'm sure they're out there.
They've got to be.
Well, Ray Romano eats ass.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a huge.
The shot of the Pepsi all around the table at old German guy's house is definitely the filmmaker admitting that Ray Romano eats ass.
You just got to watch it right. You just got to watch it
Yeah,
right.
you've been watching Monster Squad wrong all these years. It's Fred Dekker's admission.
I'm just imagining somebody going to Ray Romano after this episode, like, who told you?
How'd they find out?
As you're getting around?
Run.
I mean, Ray, if you're listening, reach out. We will accept money to take this episode down forever.
Oh, nice.
No, dude, he's in bed with Scorsese now. Someone's just going to fucking come to our house and murder us all.
What? But we're beloved by the mafia.
That's true.
We need the mafia to defend us. We need like a mafia squad, guys. We can unite all the 5 families.
Oh, shit, dude.
So they get away and they meet up with the whole gang and they're like, okay.
Phil's drive-in is where they're meeting up.
And the German guy is there now because he's in on it, right?
Yeah, he's helping out. He's
they need
translating the
somebody
book.
with wheels, you know.
Yeah, this is when Dracula goes to the fucking Monster Squad again, the Monster Squad hangout with dynamite, chucks it in there, and goes, "Meeting adjourned."
It's so
which
awesome.
is a great line. It doesn't belong in this movie, but I love it.
I mean, listen, dynamite belongs nowhere near this film, but I welcome it at every turn.
He's chucking it at the house. He's chucking it at the Wolfman. Like, he is made of. If you didn't know what Dracula's powers were, you would think dynamite was involved.
Exactly.
He turns into a bat and he throws dynamite.
Oh shit, dude! Like a bat dropping dynamite on people from above. That's like a Mario game.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the powers that Daniel Plainview should have. You know, there will be blood. He just turns into a bat, and he also throws dynamite.
He almost blows up his house, but then the dad comes back. They kind of scuffle a bit.
Yeah, they fight. They all fight with Dracula here for a little bit. This is, I think,
this is when he chucks the dynamite under the car, and
the partner gets murdered.
It.
Yeah, which is so unnecessary.
Damn, we forgot to kill the black guy. Like, all right, we're gonna go back, bring everybody back. We gotta do reshoots.
Like the single fatality in a film that does not need any non-monster fatalities,
or kill fucking David Bravall. If we're doing that, do one of the other.
Yeah, all you do is pull that guy out of the fucking plane. That's fine.
Kill his fucking father. I don't care.
Yes.
Yeah, some steaks, huh?
Come on, steaks.
Through the heart.
Indeed.
So they're like, okay, we have to go to this town square. There's a church we could do the ceremony at,
right?
But the church is locked. The monsters encroach upon the Monster Squad, and now we're just having a big old monster.
It's a big showdown in the town square. On their way there is when the mummy eats it because he's trying to get on the back of the guy's car, and they just make him get pulled apart. To which Rudy responds.
Rudy does it, by the way. Rudy does it.
Oh, sure.
All.
See you later, Band-Aid breath.
Yeah.
It was all right.
I didn't do it for me.
Really?
It was
I
mean, there's worse lines in this movie. There's also better.
But I mean, this goes to show you can combine so many of these characters. There's no need. Just give me one kid that's into monsters, and maybe he's got the 5-year-olds with him.
Yeah. Or it's like if he's the only one of his friends who's really into monsters, and they're like, Sean, we don't care, man. We want to go play baseball. No, but the monsters, and then he gets everybody to believe him.
Yeah, and then he's proven right.
Or like everybody's doing this. Maybe Patrick kills the mummy. Rudy kills Frankenstein. Or
everybody should get one.
Yeah.
A fat kid does get the Gill Man.
The Gill Man's pretty great because we're in town square fighting. Patrick gets a shotgun from a cop, or Horace, fat kid gets a shotgun from a cop.
Well, because there's kind of it's pretty stupid, I think, but also kind of cool. I don't know. The shot of Dracula like walking to the town square and all the cops are like coming at him one by one, and he's just like beating the shit out of all these guys. One of those dudes that's just thrown away like garbage is laying there unconscious, and this child, because this was back when you could make these movies where kids are firing guns like this.
Sure.
he picks it up from one of those guys who's been dispatched.
You do see the merman also gets like beaten with nightsticks by a couple of people. It's like it's like Mystic River for a second.
No, I said I'm talking about vampires, not mer people.
And then he just gets shot. They try to like give Fat Kid any kind of an arc because for some reason the kid from the Wonder Years and the other bully are stuck at a comic book store.
Yeah, and they're hiding and they're like, come on out and help, and they won't. And then they're like, Fat Kid, you killed the monster, or you saved us. And he's like, my name is Horace.
And I would turn that gun on them at that point. I just killed the merman.
Oh no, a goblin did it. I just saw him run away. He overpowered me after I shot the gill man.
That's true. There's so much carnage. Who would know?
Well, I mean, this whole thing's getting covered up by the government.
The merman bites it like the end of fucking Easy Rider, though, man. That thing really.
There's also a great moment here where the cops are firing wildly at Dracula while he's a bat. They're trying to like shoot him out of the sky.
This is when like you see a shot of half Dracula, half bat, which is pretty disturbing.
What is that Cronenbergian shit?
It's gross.
I didn't mind it. At this point, also the werewolf gets a fucking more dick trauma to this poor werewolf.
Yeah.
He gets he gets dynamite down his pants.
Yeah,
explodes.
This is pretty great. This is some good Stan Winstoning happening here. But then it's a weird, like they have the discussion about like how many ways can you kill a werewolf, and so he's blown to pieces, and you're like, well, I guess that's a second way. And the werewolf starts like piecing himself back together. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the werewolf genre, but I never heard of that shit. Is that a thing?
I guess if it's not by Silver Bullet, you can just regrow it.
The movie's trying to say he can only die via a silver bullet.
But it's just weird.
The genes come back together, which I think would not be the case.
It's a bit of a stretch. You just need a nude werewolf at that point, which is fine.
Yeah.
The Red Rocket would be stuck up inside him at that point. He's standing up. He's not horny.
It's cold.
It's cold out, yeah.
And then Rudy shoots him with a silver bullet because Rudy's the fucking best. Woo, Rudy!
You did it again, Rudy.
He's like, I'm in the fucking club or the goddamn club.
Yeah, I'm in the goddamn club, aren't I?
Kind of cool to see the Wolfman change back into a man.
Yeah.
And thank
John
God
Gries
that
thanks
he's
him.
dying.
Yeah, totally.
Him,
having mercy on him. So he's dead. Rudy also murders all the brides of Dracula here.
Yeah. Again, like what the fucking it's the Rudy show. It shouldn't be called Monster Squad. It should be called the Rudy Show.
Rudy and the Fat Kid. That's a better title than Rudy and Monster Squad. Rudy and the Fat Kid.
That's how you condense it. I mean, Horace the Fat Kid has something to do.
Right.
These two main kids don't do shit.
And he has got a wardrobe louder than anybody else in this movie.
Yeah.
He's got Hawaiian shirts upon Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the Wyatt Coke collection.
Also, Sean says to the wolf, because the Wolfman is fighting with the father in like the attic of wherever they are. And he goes, suck on this, you son of a bitch. Like that's what he says to him when he fucking blows this werewolf's dick apart.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And so like the end, it's Patrick and the sister and the German guy are trying to read this passage, and everyone's yelling at the sister because she's dumb in big bold letters.
Well, they recruit her because she's apparently taking German in high school, she says that she's a virgin. It's not working. And then Patrick's like, you're not a virgin, are you? And she goes, well, Steve, but he doesn't count.
That's what everybody says. But it does count.
Also,
if it's not good, it still counts.
Is this when you want to read your statement? We can stop the episode.
I was thinking, though, like, push the envelope a little bit with this rating. The joke is, I didn't know hand stuff counted.
Sure,
or
that's
something. Mouth stuff, whatever you want to do.
And they're like,
I didn't know eating ass counted.
Nom, 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 nom. Yeah, it don't. Nothing. It don't count for nothing. I love it.
That's mouth stuff in our house.
And they realize that the little girl thankfully is a virgin, I guess.
Yeah, that's they're like, oh, wait a minute, a virgin girl. Oh, here you go, little girl. Read. And so then like the guy is saying the stuff in German, and she's just phonetically responding, kind of a thing. the thing opens up around here, but this is where Dracula fucking picks this girl up and just goes, "Give me the amulet, you bitch!" right to this little girl's face.
That was a pretty hard laugh in my house.
Yeah, it's extreme.
It's an extreme moment.
And I was watching the actor's mouth to see if it was like they had him say something else. Nope. It's just, bitch, we weren't dubbing nothing.
Well, apparently she was terrified of him because he was this big fucking Dracula dude.
Well, sure.
And like the thing is, like they kept trying to. She would like cry, and like they were like, "Oh, when do you want her to cry?" And like, "Don't worry, she'll be crying." It's like kind of a thing. Like she'll just cry. It's
yeah.
fine. And the portal opens up. On his way to the portal, Dracula grabs Sean, but Sean stakes him in the heart.
Right.
Which actually doesn't kill him because he's Dracula or whatever.
Well, no, it's a weird. Dracula's been like thrown onto a fence that has a thing, but then he gets up off of it. It's a wooden stake that does do the job.
Oh, gotcha.
From Sean, and everything's getting sucked in. Poor old German guy loses his truck. That gets sucked into this portal. Felt bad about that.
A cool effect shot, though. I liked seeing the truck go in there, and then Van Helsing's hanging out in the portal.
What is this?
Because it's supposed to be like a limbo place.
Yeah, so he'd be forever.
So he's in there.
So he was
I see.
trapped in there from 100 years prior.
But somehow, I guess, was just able to observe human culture as such, so that when he knew that he succeeded and the kids succeeded in helping him, he throws a big thumbs up out to the kids as they pull him back in.
He knows where the show is. He knows when it's going to happen. Hey, could you give him a truck back?
No, the thumbs up was just a Romanian wave back in the day.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah, it's just a different culture thing.
Dracula gets in the portal. It's him and Laura Dern, who has different colored hair for some reason. It's like, wait, what's going on? Dracula's oddly violent.
What the fuck is your deal?
It just took
What year is this?
It just took me that little reference to make me want to rewatch that.
Oh, I've been itching.
I've been waiting to see if Showtime's going to pony up for a fucking 4K UHD release, but I don't think it's happening. I think it's Blu-ray or bust.
Guarantee you, as someone who worked at Showtime during that run, everyone there hates it, including upper management.
Ugh, trash people.
They
Fucking
will
trash
never
people.
do anything beyond Blu-ray, I don't think.
Ugh. Well, I guess I'll buy that then.
And
then poor Frankenstein gets sucked in. This is a little bit emotional.
Yeah, and again, this is because Tom Noonan's in a different movie. Like he's acting and he's getting sucked in. The little girl's like, "No, Frankenstein, you can't go, Frankenstein." And again, like for this to work, I need like one more scene in between here, like of them. Like they show them like at a treehouse having like a tea party or whatever. Doesn't do it for me.
Something that's not, Frankenstein trying to look at tits.
Yeah,
that would be good. And then I might feel bad.
The kids beer, maybe.
Yeah.
Or it's like he's helping out around the house, like the dad's trying to fix the car, and he just lifts up the car with one hand.
He's teaching Rudy how to load a gun.
Frankenstein rolled joint.
I forgot my ID, but look, I'm 21.
Clearly. And then this nonsensical garbage way they end this movie with like the fucking army rolls in.
Well, on his way out, she throws him the teddy bear, and it's kind of nice, I guess.
Sure. Yeah, he's going to spend eternity in limbo with a teddy bear.
Right.
That's great.
The army rolls in because Dracula's got 5 stars in Grand Theft Auto.
It's just like, it's all because that kid wrote the letter in that Confederate flag hat. Like, what?
Guess what? No one opened it. No
we heard a good old boy was in trouble.
Oh, that's probably
National Guard.
Oh, so Dracula is killing like at least I think 2 or 3 cops.
Yeah.
I think the guys are coming in.
It's so weird that the movie is over with and it's like, well, here's the army for no reason.
They just want, it's like an ending in search of a button, and the button is obviously like, well, what do we call it? It's really like the end of all of those bad superhero movies. Like, well, what do we call you? We're the Monster Squad.
Yep.
We're the Monster Squad.
I mean, this movie...
Monster Squad.
Monster Squad.
It reminded me of the Avengers a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
It's the Avengers. They did that with that Josh Trank Fantastic Four.
Yes.
It's like,
don't they also do that with Lars von Trier's The Idiots?
Man, that fucking movie, man. Oh, yeah. I just don't even know about that movie.
How do we know? How do we know? What do we call you? You could call us the town that dreaded sundown.
But how are we going to meet up again? What do we call you? You can just call me Citizen Kane.
We can't just leave you out here in the water. What do we call you? E2 Mama Tambien.
I mean, yeah, there's more.
Sure. There's
certainly
more there. There could be more
We
there.
can do a little bit.
There doesn't have to be, but there could be.
What do we call you? And then the subtitle Godzilla.
Yeah, and then it's a weird, like, he says, we're the Monster Squad, and then it should be like either a freeze frame or you cut to something else, but instead it's like, we're the Monster Squad, brief pause for this kid.
Yeah.
And they all just start dancing.
Yeah.
It's almost as if they can hear this wretched fucking titular song that we're told is called the Monster Squad and is performed by, you guessed it, also the Monster Squad.
Now, that's not the kids from the film.
No, it's like a guy. It's just a guy doing a real bad, like, white guy 80s rap.
It's awful, and it's one of those like terrible movie songs that just tells you everything you just saw, and it's like Dracula and Frankenstein doing a thing and getting the amulet.
Some guy got the extended synopsis and is just trying to read it with a beat. And then Dracula's in the plane, and then he drops down, and Frankenstein's there, and the Gilman's around.
Dracula throwing dynamite, Ray Romano taking a bite.
Indeed.
And that's it. That's the Monster Squad. Yippee yay. Yeah, you should have a tattoo of this.
Yeah, sure.
You know.
Fine.
Did you see this documentary?
No. I think it's out-ish now.
I see. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm not going to watch that.
Oh, yeah, my son's back to save me, huh? Well, what should I call you? Ad Astra. You can call me Ad Astra.
What the hell do we call you? We're the Uncut Gems.
I mean, that could be, by the way, I mean, it comes out a few days from when we're recording this. That could be how the Joker ends.
Yeah, actually.
I mean, who knows?
What are you all doing here with all the same jumpsuits? What do we call you? Call us.
I don't know. There's just so many of you. How do I refer to all of you? Well, you could call us Hannah and her sister.
Would anybody recommend the Monster Squad, though?
You know, after all of that, I think not. I think it's a totally innocuous movie to like. I mean, I think the F-bomb stuff is bad in the beginning, and it's not good. I mean, like, but you throw that in there, you got to deal with Bill and Ted as well. You know what I mean? You can't.
Right.
Although they got two. They do two. You know what I mean? So it's twice as bad in Monster Squad. But all that aside, I just think it's not really for me. Like, it's funny because I don't like Goonies. I don't like this. But I like Stranger Things a lot. Like, I like this trope actually kind of explored a little bit larger, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you hate my guts. I just didn't like it.
No, it's trash. It's absolute garbage. I think there's no stakes to this. I didn't feel any, like, the problem with it is the Dracula, like, is a huge issue. Is that
guy's
like
so bad?
I just need him to be a little bit better. I need something to hold us all together other than fucking kids saying the
and
F-bomb.
Also, not for nothing, it's not all on that dude, you know.
No, totally, but it's
sure. Be a better, better direction for the character.
There's plenty of problems with this movie. Yeah, it's just.
I just don't want to lay it all on this poor guy.
No, and I mean, like, I loved the Goonies back then, and I think it's trash now. So you can go back to this and see that it's trash. It's fine.
Yeah, I will. You know, there's definitely problems with this film, like you guys have mentioned, the Dracula, the homophobia. Yeah. I will give it a light recommend though, because it's kind of just like 80 minutes, and it's just like fun, dumb monster shit. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. It's not. It's fine. It's not good, but I could see people enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I sit too. I'm not going to recommend it. My recommendation is, you know already whether or not you like this movie or would like this movie. For me, rewatching it for the second time, I was like, you know, it's the Halloween season. We're recording this on October the 1st. It got me really pumped to just watch. I have the entire Universal Monster movie box set thing, all of them. I love going back through some of those. You know, so it just, a lot of me watching this movie was me planning my watching schedule of other movies. It's totally innocuous background noise, whatever. And again, if you watched it as a kid in 1987, I totally understand why you're going to love it. Like that Ninja Turtles movie, that first one is a piece of shit. But I watched it as a little kid, and I like it.
You're breaking Steve's heart.
No, I don't know about that. That's
Steve, you know what's good for the goose is good for the gander, buddy.
Well, before we leave, I just realized something we have to address. Like, this is kind of what that whole dark universe was building up to, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you're right. And look what happened.
They should have figured it out a Monster Squad movie. Like, I'm surprised it hasn't been remade already.
Yeah, remake it. And they can hunt Woody Allen and fucking Roman Polanski.
Hiding in Romania, it's a Roman Polanski.
Oh no!
The airplane opens up and he's just floating.
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein could be the werewolf.
Or, you know what this would have made is a good, like, television show.
Sure.
I mean, because, like, Stranger Things works in that way.
Yes.
So, like, you could do this as a television show,
right, like
maybe.
one season per monster. Like, this season the Mummy's happening. You know, and the next season.
Boy, that season will be a real crawl. See, I can do it, too.
But, I can't wait to see it unravel.
There you go.
That is the Monster Squad, directed by Fred Dekker. If you want more We Hate Movies, check out patreon.com/We Hate Movies, where this month we have a full-length bonus episode on Stanley Kubrick's The Shining under our We Love Movies banner.
Not only that, on Animation Damnation, we did a Treehouse of Horror, the Treehouse of Horror 5, a good one.
Arguably the best, some may say.
We just did kind of a We Love Movies Animation Damnation, which is kind of a new thing. We just kind of did it because we wanted to do it.
What the hey?
And the Nexus was fun this month. And also, we're talking about The Devil Man, I believe, on the Gleep Glossary.
That's correct. Yeah, we have this sideshow that we kind of just started where I read these old Star Wars tidbits and the guys kind of rip them to shreds. So check it out.
What's this guy's name? Romo the Fartfarian? Or
yeah,
what?
Yeah, you got it. You nailed it. Romo the Fartfarian on patreon.com/movies.
So that unfortunately wraps up the 2019 Halloween Spooktacular. But as always here in We Hate Movies, there's another week just around the bend. There's another Tuesday coming around the corner. Steve Sadak, as we go into November, what are we talking about next week?
Yeah, here comes the rooster. It's a Terminator Salvation.
Yeah, here comes the rooster indeed, dude.
Yeah, we got a guest coming in. David Sims of Blank Check will be here next week.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to be talking about this, as I recall, pile of horseshit movie.
Yeah.
I saw it once in the theaters and never again until we have to do this episode. I remember not liking it.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
It's a Mick G film?
I believe so.
Mick G
you don't get to hear that much these days.
No, you don't.
So until next week with a Mick G joint, I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Chris Cabin.
Eric Siska.
Take it easy and happy Halloween.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
Sometimes that is better.
Zombies have entered the building. They're at the door. They're coming in.
It is time to keep your appointment with the Wicker Man.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
He's sick fucks. You've seen one too many movies.
Now, Sid, don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
What's the fucking lotion in the bag?
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
That was a HeadGum podcast.